How's it going, you guys? Let me take this off of here. As you can see, this car has been found from 2000. It's been in the water this whole time. Yeah, hold on one second. Okay, there we go. So this is about these two teenagers, 18-year-old and a 17-year-old. The guy is a 17-year-old. His name is Jeremy Beckel, and her name is Erin Foster. She's 18 years old. They were missing since April 3rd, 2000. Okay. So basically what was said was that they went out together and they were never seen after that. So let me show you a little bit about the video.
There's always that place in town we pass without giving it much thought. We see it all the time, so it's hard to imagine we've missed anything. For as long as most remember here in Sparta, that's all anyone thought about this stretch of Highway 83. What they missed has been missed for more than 21 years.
Whoa. Okay. That's 100% a car right in front of my face.
What happened? What could have happened? If they're young kids,
We know there were always rumors about what happened to 18-year-old Erin Foster and 17-year-old Jeremy Bechtel on the night of April 3rd, 2000. Foster was the perfectionist and Bechtel was the athlete. Two White County High School best friends who cared about each other and their families.
that's how it was.
Cecil Foster told his wife not to worry about her. Erin was 18 after all and already talked about moving out. But then one night turned into another, and that's when panic sunk in.
Just a total nightmare.
Theories were all over the board by the time Steve Page was hired as a detective in 2011.
This is the guy who found them,
And that's when he thought
who found the car under the water.
We had other, what we thought were leads in other areas that we explored. And I was like, it's just not.
Shout out to him.
At some point, we decided to start over, look at all documents together.
Gathering all the information I can get to the office. Asking them to investigate out.
Still, investigators were fixated on the idea that a party on the west end of the county was somehow involved. In a way, they were right, but a newly uncovered missing persons report likely piled on by years of tips, theories, and suspects.
It would have been the very first document.
Gave deputies every reason to rethink this entire investigation.
She had picked up her younger brother and asked her brother if she could stay out with you while later.
Based on this document, it says they were coming from their home, Erin's home, not from the party. Which means all this time, detectives focused on the wrong end of the county instead of here.
So I want to search this water really good.
So when YouTube investigator and cold case connoisseur Jeremy Sides just happened to take interest late last year,
Hey, is this Sheriff Page?
Page knew exactly what he said.
So Jeremy, I said, I believe they went missing. I would explore.
Best known for his YouTube channel Exploring with None, the Georgia native used sonar to scan
Hey,
bodies
Zena,
of
how
water.
are you?
He crossed off 2 other lakes for good measure before eventually taking the sheriff's advice, where he made
Man,
the discovery of a lifetime.
what are the chances? What are the chances? Oh no, I'm lost. I'm lost for words. We're good. Here comes the car again. We went right over it.
Sides dove in the next day, where he confirmed that this was indeed a Pontiac Grand Am, the very same model driven by Erin Foster the night she went missing.
Of course, I'm shocked. Really. I didn't believe it until I got there.
First things first, brother.
Oh yeah?
This is amazing. We've been looking for these two kids forever.
Now with a license plate in hand, Sheriff Page called dispatch.
Listen to what this police says.
433,
Echo John Roberts. That's the Foster. We found the car. I'm hugging Jeremy.
We found a car. Not he found the car. We found a car.
That's awesome.
I'm lost. I'm lost for words. I'm so glad I could find him.
Both Aaron and Jeremy's remains were found inside the car that was almost completely intact. Sheriff Page says all indications are they simply ran off the road. So after 2 decades, it was time to give Cecil all he would need.
What was going through your mind when you got that call?
Just a numb feeling. I don't think in my mind that I actually believed it.
I cried with the family, you know, because I can feel their pain. After not knowing something for 21 years, and all of a sudden, they've been right here the whole time.
Cecil says he's grateful to the sheriff and all those involved in the recovery, but wonders why it took so long to bring his daughter home.
Has it ever made you angry?
Oh yeah. I guess the state angry.
Hello, Lorraine. How are you? Thank you for
What do
coming
you
in,
say
sweetie.
to those folks who say those guys dropped the ball?
We're all human. We all make mistakes. Best we can do is learn from those mistakes.
Sheriff Page has asked deputies to revisit past cases with a new perspective. He knows some things may have been missed over time, but it's his hope that departments across the country can learn from this lesson. That sometimes the answers are much closer to home than we once thought.
Good case. Near and dear to everybody's heart. It still is today.
The 2000 cold case of 2 missing Sparta, Tennessee teenagers has been reopened. After vanishing 21 years ago, there had been no new evidence in the case of Aaron Foster and Jeremy Beckel until a YouTube diver discovered a car belonging to one of the teens underwater in November 2021. Here is what we know about the case and when it could be solved. When and where were Aaron Foster and Jeremy Beckel last seen? Aaron Foster, 18, Jeremy Beckel, 17, were last seen April 3rd, 2000. After leaving Foster's home, according to the 2012 story from Knox News, Beckel and Foster had attended a party. Later that night, around 10 p.m., they were seen together in a car, a black Pontiac Grand Am. How was Aaron Foster's car found? YouTuber Jeremy Beau Sides, who creates videos where he uses a sonar, technology and dives underwater to track down evidence in missing persons case. Shot a video November 24th showing his discovery of the 1998 Pontiac Grand Am that belonged to Foster. White County Sheriff Steve Page said Foster's family contacted him about the video and quickly reached out to sides. Foster's family contacted him about the video and he quickly reached out to sides. Police confirmed the vehicle belonged to Foster according to the news release. Where was Aaron Foster's car found? After Sides discovered the car was pulled from the Calf Killer River in Tennessee, about 90 miles east of Nashville. What happens next in the case? Investigators told WTFB that human remains found in the vehicle will be sent for testing. Both Foster and Beckel families were notified of the news evidence. Okay, so basically, after more than 20 years, it's actually going to be 22 years, April 3rd. Okay, Sparta, Tennessee. It took more than 20 years to find Aaron Foster and Jeremy Beckel. But investigators now say the answers was there all along. So the guy that found them is this guy here. Let me show you. This is the guy I want to give a shout out to, Exploring with Nug. This is the guy who found them in the water with his sonar equipment. It's a fish finder. Excuse me. And I'm having lunch like I always do. And there's always that place in town drivers pass without giving it much thought. We see it all the time. So it's hard to imagine you've missed anything. So basically these people have been driving around this area and nobody has seen anything until this guy goes into the water, dives in and finds them inside the car. Passed away, of course, because it's been almost 22 years. For as long as most remember in Sparta, that's all anyone thought about Highway 84. What they missed has been missed for years. So basically, like I said, people just driving by, nobody's thinking about it. That these two kids could have went over the side and got into the water in their car and they drowned. So what happened was there was always rumors about what happened to 18-year-old Foster and the 17-year-old Beckel on April 3rd, 2000. And Foster was a perfectionist and Beckel was an athlete. Two White County high school best friends who cared about each other and their families. I called home on Monday night and my wife told me Aaron didn't come home last night and said Aaron's father, Cecil. So the father said that he calls the mom and the mom says, hey, Aaron never made it home. Cecil told his wife not to worry about their daughter. Aaron was 18 after all and already talked about moving out. Then one night turned into another. And that's when panic sunk in. Just the nightmare man. Just total nightmare, Foster said. So just the nightmare, total. It was a nightmare. Because first they thought their daughter, she's 18 years old and she'll be back. She's going to be here. And then it ended up being days after days. And then all of a sudden, no, she's not back yet. She hasn't come back yet. So theories were all over the board by the time White County Sheriff Steve Page joined the case in 2011. By 2018, he was elected sheriff. He had what we thought were leads in other cases that we explored. But I thought this doesn't make any sense. Paige said. That's the sheriff. At some point, Paige said he decided to start over. He says he went gathering all the information. Hold on, let me get to the next page. Oh, sorry about that. That's a blank page. All the information he could at the office and asked investigators from the past of their documents. That's when Paige said he came across one piece of paper and changed everything, likely buried underneath years of tips, theories, and suspects. Was the missing persons report signed by Aaron's family? Yeah, they do suck, very much so. Investigators were fixated on the idea, on the idea that a party on the west end of county was somehow involved. Everyone assumed the two friends had left the party on their way home, but the document showed it was other way around. There was another way around. So basically, they went to a party. Hey, Osho, how are you? Hey, Miss V, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Lorraine. If anybody I didn't speak to, I'm sorry, but I will after I'm done doing this. She picked up her younger brother and asked her mother to stay out that she could stay out a little while. After then, normal, longer than normal, basically. She was accompanied by Jeremy Beckel, Paige said. Based on the report, the two were traveling from Aaron's home and not the party. This meant detectives were focused on wrong end of the county. This is crazy. They could have been found these kids if they would have went the right way with this. If they would have just thought about it, other than always accusing people, they could have, possibly found these kids. This is a long time ago. It's going on 22 years. Let's see. So when a YouTube investigator and cold case connoisseur, Jeremy Sides, just happened to take interest in the case last year, Paige knew exactly where to send him. So Paige is the new sheriff. He's the one who told him, hey, look, can you go check this out? And that's where he went and checked it out. Okay. I told him I believe they went missing off the Highway 84, Paige said. Best known for his YouTube channel, Exploring with Nug, the Georgia native used a sonar, scan bodies of water. Let me show you who I'm talking about, just in case you guys weren't in here when I showed him. This guy here, his name, Exploring with Nug, is the guy who found the two teenagers inside the car with the human remains in it, of them in there. So it wasn't like, oh, maybe not. No, it was actually, yes, a YouTuber found them. Yes. He crossed off 2 other lakes for good measure before eventually taking the sheriff's advice, where he made the discovery of a lifetime. From his screen, Sides could see what appeared to be a car 13 feet below surface of the Calf Killer River. That's the name of the river that they were found in. Sides dove in the next day and confirmed this was indeed the Pontiac Grand Am, the very same model driven by Aaron Foster the night she went missing. Of course, I'm shocked. I'm like, really? I didn't believe it until I got there, Paige said. Now, with a license plate in hand, the sheriff called the dispatch to confirm their beliefs. Both Aaron and Jeremy's remains were found inside the car that was almost completely intact. Paige says all indications are they simply ran off the road. So this is what they're saying. Hey, Shay, how are you? Thank you for coming in. That they ran off the road, and that's what happened to them. Paige says it took until last year for investigators to realize that the guardrail we now see along Highway 84, not there in 2000. Are you kidding me? So you guys don't even go check on this? This doesn't make any sense. Lola, hold on one second. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. All right. So basically, so they seen that the railings is missing from 2000 from the accident. But nobody looked into this. They never even looked into this. They kind of like they dropped the ball. These kids could have been found. The parents have been going through this for almost 22 years. Are you kidding me? This don't make no sense. Okay. Oh my goodness. He says there have been dive teams in the area over the years, but most thought the guardrail would have shown damage had the two teens gone in the water. Okay, so yeah, this is heartbreaking. Definitely heartbreaking. So they're saying that when they hit the railing, or maybe the railing wasn't there. I don't know. Maybe prior to them, the railing was gone and that car went into the water from there. Who knows? So after 2 decades, it was time to give Cecil Foster the call he'd been waiting on. Cecil called in a numb feeling when he heard the news. Of course he's going to be numbed. Of course. His feelings, like his daughter has been missing for going on 22 years. Like, OMG, like that's crazy. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't think I believed it, even though he got the license plate in his hand, Foster said. Still doesn't believe it. Like, I wouldn't believe it either, because like it's been almost 22 years and you're just now finding my kid in the car with her friend. That doesn't make any sense. Like, y'all should have been found these kids. Cecil says he's grateful to the sheriff and all those involved in the recovery, but wonders why it took so long to bring his daughter home. I would too. I'd wonder too. As a different sheriff came in, you would think that if they were very interested in the case, they would have found that paper, because it had to be there, Foster said. So the father's like, y'all knew something, but y'all didn't even like do anything with it. Just kind of like let it sit there on the desk with information that they could have been found out that where these kids were. But it took this YouTuber, let me show y'all in case you weren't in here, Exploring with Nug, to find these kids with his sonar system, you know, with his fish finder. That's what it is. It's a fish finder. We all make mistakes. The best we can do is learn from those mistakes and just keep moving forward, Paige said. Of course, yeah, mistake. It is a mistake. It's a mistake that you guys shouldn't have made. You dropped the doggone ball. That's what it is. Hey, Callie King, thank you for coming in. You dropped the ball. That's not just a simple mistake. That's not you accidentally dropped something or you took a gallon of milk and it fell down. That's a mistake. This is beyond a mistake. Hey, BJ, how are you? Thank you for coming in, sweetie. As for those who say Page is only trying to gain attention ahead of his upcoming election, Page says he wishes the teens were found sooner. We don't know that. That's what y'all say, allegedly. Absolutely not a political stunt. It's just me doing my job, and I beat myself up too. Because I feel I should have found them sooner. God knows if I could have, I would have. I would never put his family through anything like that, said Page. Hey, Sheed, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Page has asked the detectives to revisit past cases with a new perspective, including the case about Terry Sullivan, who was killed in 2009. I'm going to have to look into that one. He knows some things may have been missed over time, but he hopes that the department across the county can learn from this lesson. Sometimes answers are much closer than home than we once thought. So, yeah, they are. So basically, they had the information all along. Hey, Camilo, how are you? Thank you for coming in. They had the information all along. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Let me put a little music on so it's not just straight my voice. So now this takes me to wonder about Daniel. This takes me to wonder about Daniel. How long is he going to be missing for before we find him because of the Buckeye Police Department not doing their job? Does anybody wonder that like I do? You know, I wonder. He's been missing since June 23rd, 2021. Is this going to be another one of those things where we don't find Daniel for years and years to come? I hope not. You know, I hope not. David deserves to know where his son is. If he's still alive. Hey, 12, thank you for coming in. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't even see you up there. I'm sorry, sweetie. I was reading this case and I didn't see you up there. Sorry about that, 12, but now I see you. Yeah, so I don't understand, like, how are they able to just sit on their hands and let the father do all the work? And like I said, I hope that the father doesn't have to sit there and suffer like that. That's a lot of years, almost 22 years. April 23rd would have been 22 years. Almost 22 years they did not find these two kids. I wonder the same thing about the boys. Will they ever be found? Yeah, exactly. And that's another one. They're missing since 2020 of December 21st, if I'm correct, right, Ms. V? It is December 21st. I will drop the link. Yeah, I don't believe he was there either. I mean, we could only speculate because we don't know the answers. But Ms. V, they have been missing since December 21st of 2020, correct? Well, the date that they gave us, because I know that it was 3 months before. But since they were been notified. Yes, okay. So that's another one. Like, why? Why are these people, like, why are they allowing this to happen?
Why did people?
Why are they allowing this to happen to these kids? Are you telling me if it was your kid, you would do your job? That's all I need to know. Would you do your job if it was your kid who came up missing? Makes me wonder. Would you not want people to come help you? Let's just say you were the police department. You wouldn't want somebody to help you, you know, I'm sorry. Let's just say the person is working for the police department and the person who works for the police department also has a missing child. Wouldn't you want the people you work with, your colleagues, to find your child? Please explain to me. Would you not want them to get off their butts and say, oh, we're going to go look for him? Not you go look for him. We're going to go look for him. Explain. Can you guys explain that to me? I'm just wondering. Hey, 12, how are you, sweetie?
You raised an excellent point.
Don't make no sense. It don't make any sense. Why do people have to beg for these cops to get off their butts? God, these people dropped the ball since April 2. These kids been missing since April 3rd, 2000. Almost 22 years later. They were found in November 24th of last year. This year, April 3rd would have been 22 years later they found them. I mean, that they've been missing. Sorry. That's crazy. And then they're saying, oh, all of a sudden you find them. It's time for you to get voted for. What's up with that? Please explain that one to me.
I noticed that too. It's always around election.
Yeah, because if they do something, if they actually do something, people will choose them. Well, we'll vote for them, I should say. Hey, Swoop, how are you? Thank you for coming in.
I'm confused about something.
What's up?
This morning when I was in Please Help Find Daniel, that channel, David said that an FBI guy told him about Daniel going to the monastery. So that means that the FBI, who has endless sources, monetary sources, they always have enough money, has already been in the picture.
You said the FBI agent told him what?
If I heard him correctly, an FBI agent expressed something to David the father.
About what? You're talking about the one that said about him being in the monastery, that he went to that he got naked and he undressed himself, walked into the desert to go to a monastery to become a monk. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So why was the FBI down there?
So the FBI you're talking about. Hey, Jocelyn, how are you? Hey, Veronica, how are you? Okay. I'm thinking you're talking about the FBI agent was actually, they were saying he was a retired agent, right? But he's actually he wasn't even the FBI.
Okay.
But you're talking about the police. You're talking about the, what's his name? Cruz. I believe it was Cruz that said, yeah, that he, they were taking him to go pick up the stuff, the Jeep and all of Daniel's stuff. I think that's what you're talking about.
The reason why I was asking is the LE there, Buckeye Police, have no excuses that they don't have enough help and money. I misunderstood, an FBI guy already been down there. Because once the FBI is involved, they have endless sources, monetary and everything.
Hey, Blue Devil. Right.
And that would mean it's a federal crime.
Right. But it wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay, darn.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of ways to get them more money. Bummer, I misunderstood then. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, that's who he was talking about. It was the person that was talking about, the one you're talking about was the federal agent was the one that supposedly he was a retired one, but he actually was not at all. He was not an agent at all.
And do they have Arizona BI? You know, like there's a TBI, a CBI.
I don't know. Have you ever asked David? Because you got his numbers, that 200 number.
Yeah, I don't want to borrow. I don't want to bother the poor man. I'd rather.
Okay, so first of all, that's not bothering him. That might be information he needs. Don't forget that. He already said there's nobody bothering me. And if he doesn't get to you right away, he will get to you. Trust me.
But if
I
tell John, QQ, he's already working with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bombard David, So I'm disappointed then, because if it was a federal crime,
Mm-hmm.
it's already okay. If there's a well for drinking water that's very polluted, covering, do you know what kind of mine that is? The well is covering.
Some are active and some are not.
What kind of mine is he talking about?
A mine? I mean, I don't know if is
A
there
coal
different
mine?
mines?
A coal mine? or-
I don't think so.
Hmm.
When they say, to me, I mean, I've never really deep dug into it, is because when they say active or non-active, active means to me is that it's a mine, like they could blow it up, and then a non-active is not, you can't blow it up. That's what I get from active and, non-active. Yes. I would have to look it up. I actually would look it up.
Gosh, I wonder if there's some factories down there that have dumped chemicals into the water. And, the only way to get the FBI involved is to prove that it's a hate crime. But at the same time, I view Daniel as a hero because he managed to hide water samples in his car. And the LE was that proves that the LE didn't even look in his car, or they would have found those samples. So I think that I view his father as still serving our country.
Yeah.
While he's looking for Daniel, and I view Daniel as a hero also.
Yes.
But yeah, my point is, if the LE didn't see all that in his car, the samples, they didn't even gosh darn look in the car. And that kind of makes me mad. So
Yeah. Okay, so Blue Devil, this is not about Daniel. I mean, we're talking about Daniel right now, but this is who I was talking about. Give me 1 second. Let me show you. This guy here is a YouTuber.
I'm confused.
And he has a fish finder. It's a sonar fish finder. He goes underwater, and then he deep dives, and he ended up deep diving in a request of the police in Tennessee, Sparta, Tennessee, and they found the car, the people that they were looking for from year 2000 of April 3rd, year 2000 until November 24th of 2021. Almost 22 years later, these kids would have been missing. April 3rd would have been 22 years missing. Almost there. But they were found by that guy. His name is Exploring with Nug. So yes, he's the one who found them. Yeah. But as far as like Daniel, no, he has not been found yet. I pray every day, every single day, that they do find him. I want his father to either if he's still around, if he's still on earth, if he's still alive and he's okay, I want him to be found. And also if he's passed on, I would like him to be found so his father could have a proper burial for him. Because why would anybody want to do this to a 20? Well, at the time he was 24 years old. He just turned 25 January 14th. Why? What is going on? Why aren't you guys helping to find Daniel? Why is the father looking for Daniel? Why is the father begging people to give him money so he can go find his son? This should not be going on. And the father was in the army. He used to serve the U.S.
Yeah.
I almost said it. Because it ticks me off. I almost said the word, but I'm not going to say it.
Well, that doesn't satisfy me enough to find Daniel. All the money that he's had to fundraise really needs to be reimbursed to him, because the money should have came out of the LE and the state FBI.
Yeah.
And I apologize because I just signed on and I thought you were on that topic.
No, I was talking about, I was actually talking about them first, and now I'm on Daniel, because I feel like this can be a situation that can, happen with him as well, because him not having the help that he needs, him not being able to do the forensics, him not being able to get the tools and equipment to look for his son, this could be him dealing with this for years to come, because there's no help from the police department. Nobody else is helping him. He's only dependent on the money that's coming to his account, to the GoFundMe, to the Cash App. That's the only thing he can, and then the volunteers. You heard him today. Some volunteers are getting hurt out there.
Well, they need to pay for the hospital bills and they need to refund all that money. Not to mention his time and anguish,
his stress,
and suffering, and being uprooted.
I mean, whenever we tell him, you're a great father, we're so, you're an awesome father, you're doing a great job. You know what he says? That's his job, because he's the father. And that is exactly the words that we like to hear. We don't want to hear him say, oh, thank you very much. I do my best. No, he says what he says. He has to do this. He has no choice. This is his child. This is somebody if it's your child, would you want to just say, oh, okay, yeah, thank you for the compliment? No, you're going to say, well, this is part of my life. This is my child. This is my blood. I'm going to go look for my blood, regardless of who helps and who doesn't help. I mean, I would literally be out there by myself if I had to.
Me too, that I agree with him.
That's your child.
Yeah.
That's your child. And if you don't have, if you don't have the love for your child, you got some of these people that are murdering their own kids, you don't have no business having no doggone kids, period. That's all I got to say about those people. But back to Daniel, I don't want this to be him, where his father is looking for him years and years to come, and he's right under their nose because he doesn't have the doggone funds to find his son, or the help from the doggone, Buckeye, Arizona, period.
That's really nice story about this gentleman that you just shared that found the boys. Have you ever heard of the channel Adventures with Purpose?
I've heard of it,
they do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are there any lakes? That's a desert. I mean,
well, they got rivers, but they're dried at this time. Hey,
so
perfect timing. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Perfect timing. I think it's a combination of racism, but at the same time, he discovered something he wasn't supposed to see. I'm talking about Daniel.
Yeah.
What did he see, I wonder, that he got killed over it?
Yeah, that's what Ms. V was saying. We don't know. All we can do is speculate. There's nothing we can do but speculate. Every case that comes at us is all we can do is speculate. You can just sit there unless you have information, hard information that's the truth, that is the God honest truth information, then you can go with that. But if you don't have the right information, all you can do is speculate. That's it. Speculation is all we can do right now. And all I want is Daniel to be found. Girl, I always mix them up. I want Daniel to be found. I want him to be okay. And if he's not okay, I want him to get the proper burial. He only deserves it. He's human, just like everybody else. I don't give a damn what color of his skin is. He's human. You know what?
I'm jumping ahead, and you're right. First things first, find Daniel, and then we can worry about what I was saying. And then I'm upset about Jelani Day too.
Yeah, that's another case that's crazy too. But
I came up here because I'm too lazy to type.
oh no, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. But yeah, so the person that I just showed, perfect timing. If you're still in here, this is the guy who found these two kids almost 22 years later. He found them November 24th of 2021, and because the police didn't do their job, they dropped the ball, just like another case that we're dealing with. Now they got another one that dropped they dropped the ball. And now we got another one that could possibly be years from now that they haven't found Daniel. And this is what's bothering me. After I saw this, I was like, why? I don't get it. Why? What is the reason behind this? Why do they have racism? It bothers me to have racism in this world. It really does. Racism,
Were the boys that he found black?
prejudiceness. Huh?
Were the boys that he found black?
No, that was a girl and a guy. That was Aaron and Jeremy, two white children. And that's not who I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about Daniel. I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about Daniel. I don't understand why there's prejudice and racism.
I don't either.
I really wish that would just go away. You know how like when you have you drink, like you have a cup of water and then all of a sudden it's gone because you just drank it? I want it to be gone like that. That's how bad I want it to be gone. I want it just to be gone. Drink it up and be gone. Done. It's over with. It's been too many years. It's too many decades. Too many doggone. It's just too much. Too many centuries. It's too much.
I typed it wrong this morning, and it's easy to misinterpret words. What I meant to be asking him or commenting is, okay, the desert is very, very dry and hot as heck in the daytime. Therefore, you need your clothes to protect you. At the same time, it goes to the opposite side really quickly where it is freezing cold at night in the desert, which means he still needs his clothes. He's a scientist, very well educated, has lived there a while. So it makes no sense that he would take off his clothes and then fold them, especially when his father said that he had a head injury and he didn't take off his clothes. If you're disoriented, you're not going to sit there and fold your clothes.
Right. And what about he has water in the car?
If you're just,
you're in the desert, but you don't take water with you? Come the heck on. Come the heck on. And yes, I know Ms. V, she says it's not gone because they don't want race to end racism. I know that's what it is, but I wish that it could go away. That way, when people are gone missing, and I don't want more people to go missing, but let's just say more people go missing. I want them to all be treated because they're human, not because they're color of their skin.
Yeah,
Just go look for them
favoritism.
regardless. They all bleed red, damn it. That's it.
I don't like the favoritism either. I disagree with it. And then my other point was, if he's disoriented and in the nude without his water, he would not have made it that far. Therefore, in conclusion, his body would be laying there for someone to find. He wouldn't just disappear.
Exactly.
So I'm going to speculate that there's, because it's not a fact and I can't prove it, that just says there's funny business going on.
Yeah. I mean, why? Why did I don't know how to explain it, because like I said, all we could do is speculate. What happened to Daniel? Where did he go? Who did what to Daniel? If that's what happened, who was driving the Jeep? If it wasn't Daniel, somebody had to see something. Somebody had to see something, but they're not saying anything.
They're terrified.
Somebody had to see it.
They're terrified.
Terrified of what?
I don't know, whatever they're trying to hide down there.
If they're terrified and they're hiding something, they might have been part of it. That's the only reason I would think of it. Because if I see, I'm sorry. If you did something to somebody, an innocent person, not because, like maybe you saw them do something to a child. Hey, I'm out of that one. I'm sorry. I'm out of that. I'm sorry. Just saying, I'm sorry.
My
But
point is,
this innocent child is at work and something happens, if he even made it to work. If he even made it to work. Because I don't even know 100% that he made it there. We don't know the truth. We don't know nothing. All we can do is speculate. We don't know if he made it to work. We don't know if he made anywhere near work. We just know that he went to a gas station. That might have been him. Okay? We don't know if that was him or not. But we know he went to his first job because they said he went to his first job. Do we know for sure he went to his first job?
see, that's when the insurance at work should be.
Workman's comp should have covered all this.
Yeah, and he did have a coworker allegedly say false information about him. So why in the heck weren't they looking for him? And why aren't they liable? And my point was, if you're not going to get far in the nude without water, isn't it pretty obvious that someone did something to hide him? Because he would be laying in the desert as a result of not making it that far.
We just have to speculate. That's all we can do until we know the truth. This is what it is. Speculating. Hey, boss man, how are you? Yeah, that's all we can do is speculate. I feel like somebody seen something, heard something, remembers something, say something. Period.
And it's a tragedy because he could have, or he can, I'm not going to say the past, I still want to believe he's alive. It's a tragedy in the same case scenario with Jelani. They were both very educated and were contributing to this world. So it's a tragedy to all of us, not just their families.
Right. Oh. I'm trying to pull this up real quick. Oh, that's not it. There we go. Yep. You could keep talking. Give me a second. I'm writing this down.
I guess I said what I needed to say. I can't think of anything. I can't. Summer and David and Jelani, I cannot think about. I am thinking about them 24/7.
Right. It's too many. And what is going on with that anyway? Because I haven't heard anything about it.
And what I'm upset also is, like, Jelani was disappeared before Gabby, and they spent millions and trillions of dollars.
I know.
But then on top of that, now they're getting media coverage because of a lawsuit when we need the money for justice for Jelani. And where the heck is Daniel?
Right.
So I'm frustrated. And I'm a taxpayer, so I have a reason to complain.
Right. As a taxpayer, you have the right to say what you want to say, and they can't say nothing.
And I vote.
Period.
We need new blood. I wish we could just there were term limits. Okay, I think I got it out of my system.
You got it out of your system?
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Anytime, girl, anytime. I enjoyed you up here, girl. You can stay if you want.
I love it when you do your lunch. It's
I'm trying to put the phone number in, that way they know where to call if somebody was to see this video. Who's in the chat? Let me see. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Because if I click off this, it's going to make me start all over. I don't want to do that.
I'm gonna pop down there. For some odd reason on my iPad, I cannot see the chat.
All right, there we go. Now I got it. I put the number in there. All right, there we go. Hey, Shadow, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Hey, Christina, thank you for coming in. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, so back to that. Yeah, so basically, if you see something, hear something, remember something, say something. 844-602-0660. That's where you call it in anonymously or non-anonymously. It's up to you if you guys want to do it. You can let them know it's you, or you can let them know it's not you. It's up to you. If you have information, stop hiding things about Daniel. We need to know where he is, period. It's literally going on 9 months. On the 23rd, it'll be 9 months. And I know that Summer's been missing for, 9 months this past the 15th of this month. So she's got 9 months on her, the missing time. I mean, what? Didn't they not say where she is? I mean, isn't somebody tattletaling over there since he went to prison? I thought that's the first thing I heard, that there was some snitching going on. Thank God for it. But I'm saying there's somebody saying something about it.
I was thinking about that, as well as the Sincere and Classic. It would have taken at least a year to derive the information out of the other boys. Mm-hmm. With kids, you have to use kid gloves and be very careful.
Right.
You don't further traumatize them.
Yeah. So we have Lady Love going on at 2:00 on her channel. We're going to be going all night, y'all. All night. Starting at 2:00 my time to, I believe she said 11 o'clock tonight. Or is it? No, sorry. That'll be till 1:00 in the morning from my understanding, because she's doing 11 hours.
Wow. How come?
Because she wants to.
No, I hear people
get her channel out there.
Yeah, and then they do that on purpose so that you can get monetized or get all the subscribers.
Yeah, she wants her community tab, just like I've been wanting my community tab. But I'm still working on it. You guys. Still working on it. It's gonna take some time, but I rather have family members than to have just subscribers, because subscribers, they don't really they don't support. They don't sit there and watch your videos. They don't really get on there as soon as they see your video, because they're like, oh, I can see something else. But family members, they rock with you, and that's what I like. I like my family to rock with me. That's why I'm cool with it taking a little time. I would like it to go quicker, but yes, I do have an IG. Let me put it in here for you.
I agree wholeheartedly. It's quality over quantity.
Yes, definitely.
She's an amazing woman, lady. Well, all of you are. All of us.
Thank you. Appreciate you, girl. Yeah, I love me some Lady Love too. She's awesome. All right, there you go. That's my IG.
Okay, that means it starts in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I'm letting everybody know. About to hop up off of here, because I don't want nobody to be up in here and then she's like, hey, where's my people at? I'd be the same way. But this is my IG, Christina. That's my IG, sweetie.
Thanks for letting me have lunch with you.
Oh, of course. Next time you need to cam up so you can eat, because I'm done with my food for now.
Okay, yes. We'll eat at the same time.
Thank you, Shay. Appreciate you for dropping my IG. Thank you for coming in, 12. Thank you. So you guys, 4 more minutes. Lady Love's going to be getting on. And Christina, as soon as you follow, I will follow you. And if you want to leave me a message, you know, leave me a message and I will talk back to you. So you guys, like I said, Lady Love is going on in 3 minutes. Can you, Shay, can you drop her link in the chat so everybody can go in there? And if they're not sub to her, you know, if they're not her family members, can they become family members? I'd appreciate it. We're trying to get, you know, she wants to be, if she wants that community tab, we're going to give her that community tab. At least I could try. I mean, I do my best. I'm not a big YouTuber, but, you know. But I got some family members she may not have. Who knows? Thank you, Shay. Appreciate you. So everybody, you guys, we got like 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. We got to go to Lady Love's. She's going to have, it's going to be some fun time over there. It's Fun Friday. Fun Friday. Her Fun Fridays are fun, fun, fun. And before I leave, I want to hit you guys up with a little something from our team Viral, our creator, Ms. V. And there we go. Almost forgot Miss V, but I did not forget. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Whose channel are we going to be on tomorrow? Is it going to be At It Again or is it going to be Boss Man? I don't know. Just trying to figure it out. So, Miss V, can you let me know which one, who's going to be doing it next or tomorrow? At 1 o'clock Central Time, guys. If you guys want your channel reviewed, we let you know what's going on. Hey, Celos, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please make sure y'all hit that like. Yeah, and appreciate it if you do. Thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Miss V, At It Again. Okay, so we'll be going to At It Again. Meet it. Can you put her link in the chat, please? I'd appreciate it. And it's time for us to go to Miss Love, Lady Love. Let me show you guys one more thing before we go. Hey, Dolphin fam. I have merch. It's a metal cup with a straw. You can drink hot and cold out of it. And the writing you knew is in glow in the dark. You get a free gift. And who wants to purchase it? Hello, Nova. Thank you for coming in as well. Thank you, thank you. I got one more thing and then I gotta go, you guys. Thank you for coming in. But I want you to always know that this is what I know and this is what I believe. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Miss B.